Well, hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the video series on how to take a line drawing all the way to a finished painting in Photoshop. In this video, we're going to be establishing the basic lights and shadows on the figure. I begin by creating a new layer, and I put the blending mode on overlay. And you can play around with different blending modes like color dodge, soft light, vivid light, and see which one best fits your situation, but at this stage, I decided to go with the overlay. And once I'm done with that, I go ahead and fill the entire canvas with white. You can do that easily by selecting the color and then pressing Alt and Backspace if you have a PC, or Option Delete if you have a Mac. The next step would be to create a clipping mask and cover the entire layer, hide the entire layer, and I proceed with my lasso tool to reveal only the areas of the figure that will be lit. And my reason for using the lasso tool is because I'm still trying to keep the colors flat at this stage. I want to make sure the brush painting process is as easy as possible. If I was to attack the painting right away with brush strokes, I would have had a harder time trying to figure out the lighting and the colors, and sometimes it can be really frustrating trying to figure all these things out while using the brush tool. And this is why I'm using only flat shapes for now to figure out the color scheme and the lighting. It makes things much easier when you separate different aspects to tackle at different stages in the painting process. And as far as the lighting goes, I'm using 3/4 lighting from the left, so obviously the entire right side of his body will be kept in the shadow. I'm not too worried about keeping the lighting as accurate as possible because this figure isn't fully grounded in reality, and he's somewhat stylized, so I can go ahead and play around with the lighting as well. But I don't want to go too stylized because at that point it starts looking too abstract. And this technique works very well with illustrations and creation from imagination. If I was painting directly from life or from photographs, I might have had more confidence to attack the painting right away with brush strokes. But because I'm doing this from imagination, and even though I have a ton of reference to pull from, I still don't have that perfect reference photo for the lighting. And this is where I have to use my good judgment and past experiences to help me. Part 3 of the video series will focus on the painting aspect. I know I initially said part 2 would be the painting aspect, but I had to break down this stage and really explain things before moving to the painting process, because if you don't get things figured out in this stage first, you might end up with a painting that has a really ambiguous lighting, and you definitely don't want that. At this point, I'm basically just playing around with the layers, trying to figure out the right opacity and just the right saturation level for each layer. And right now, I'm going to show you how far we've come from part 1 to part 2 of this video. And there you go, guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, don't hesitate to let me know. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments section. In part 3, we'll focus on the painting aspect. Until next time.